vapes. I don't smoke, nothing no more. Just chilling.
That's what's up. Hey, what's good, y'all? We back again with another one. We in the building.
Yo, what up?
Hey, dog. You feel me?
How you doing?
What's
going on?
goody? What's goody? Man, what's popping though? You know what? I'm glad you're here, Alex, because you fucked with the Bitcoin thing, right? You've been
for mad long, for many years. I've been in it since 2018.
What do you think about what's going on now? Is it because of Trump and what's going on? You get some money.
I mean, last election, and it's just a catalyst. Yes, okay. So I can't lie and say that it's not because of Trump. Because if I did, I'd be fucking lying. I mean, like, dude, yeah, I'd just be like delirious, like the rest of the people out there. I mean, Elon Musk, you got
and Vivek,
Elon
and Vivek.
Yeah, and then
what a squad.
Those are the two fucking guys that are now our, what do they call them? Our financial advisors, so to say. And they're gonna
fucking government fucking like get your ass in liners.
And I feel like that is the perfect people to run this country, just because we've been running in circles around this PC bullshit and worrying about how many abortions I can get in a year instead of how much chicken can I buy at, for my now, fucking surviving self. It's like everybody cares about pointless shit. I know it's a big topic. I'm not trying to say get rid of anybody's rights or anybody is bullshit, but like I just feel like a lot of people's mindsets have changed greatly over the last 5-6 years. So let me just go back to 2018 when I first started investing. I went from not knowing a damn thing to my friend Eli telling me, bro, you got to get into XRP, you got to get into Doge, you got to get into this one, you got to get into that one. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then I'm hearing people say, oh, this is fake money. It's bullshit. It's not real. And then the coronavirus happened. Catalyst number one for me when I was around, the government was pumping the stock market with so much money. And I tell this to everybody all the time, like Kodak was going to said they were going to supply us with a fucking vaccination.
Yeah, I remember that shit too.
You remember that, right? Like all these companies were like, oh, we're going to make a vaccine. We're going to make a vaccine. And I just watched the pump go up, go up. And I'm saying to myself, fuck, they're just printing out money. They're giving bailouts to everybody. And I mean, this goes even farther back to when I used to work at a cell phone store when I was a kid. A man came into the store one day and he put it really simple for me. He was like, Bank of America has just went bankrupt. You need to pick up as much Bank of America as possible. As much, just scoop it up. It's gonna be $2. It went from fucking like $15,
and then it's gonna bounce back. Yeah,
and that was when Obama was president, I believe.
That was in 2008. That was in 2008.
Okay, so maybe a little bit sooner. I'm sorry, but like I remember him saying the government will bail out Bank of America and that shit is going to fucking rock. This guy came in giving me insider information. I must have been like 18 years old, 19 years old. Didn't take him seriously. He came back like a week later to get his shit fixed and was like, did you buy any Bank of America? And I said, nah. And he goes, what? He was, I just tried to save your ass from working in the cell phone store for mad long. And I was like, all right.
I'm going to be a grip.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that. That wasn't even a twinkle in my eye at the point.
I'm going to be balling out of control.
I just didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, anything. So I didn't listen to him. So the next time that this opportunity came around, when this man Eli, that I was friends with at work, he told me, don't miss out. It's gonna drop. I think I bought in Bitcoin around 30. I think my average is still $33,000, and I put in about 6 cents to the dollar of Bitcoin. Now, I also took $1,000 from my dad, and I told him I believe this is gonna go up, and my friends said that it's gonna go up, and we're just inflation is going crazy, and this is the battle inflation, and he gave me $1,000, and I invested it into Robinhood. Now, Robinhood in the beginning didn't give the crypto coin itself. They just gave you the amount that it was worth. So say you bought Bitcoin at 33,000, you put 1,000 in, you don't hold the physical coin, but you hold equity at that number. So if the number goes up, you could sell and get the cash back. Within 10 months or less, I had made my dad $10,000 off of that $1,000. And like he had bought another laundromat. My dad's in the laundromat business. He had bought another laundromat with that, and I still have some of the Ethereum. I never sold the Ethereum, so my big holdings are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Algorand, Dogecoin, Stellar Lumens.
That's what I'm doing now. Maybe the money is going crazy right now.
Yeah, so right now the big dogs are bubbling, right? We got Bitcoin at 90 something. We got Ethereum at like 3,000 something. And I even had my girlfriend put in, and she was like totally against anything, like, I don't know anything about investing. I don't know. I said, just put in fucking $200 and I'll show you. Now she has over $1,000. I know it's, the reward. She didn't put a lot. She ain't going to make a lot, but
man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think is going to happen before Trump get in the office? You feel me? Is it going to continue to just go up and up? It's at 90 now, which is crazy.
I remember. Yeah, so I remember at a certain point, when Joe Biden. I just say this because I marked the inauguration with the drop of my money. I lost an incredible amount of money when Joe Biden was president. When he was in inauguration at January 20th, I could show you charts. On January 20th, immediately, I had lost $15,000.
Damn.
Of profit. So I lost 15 grand from Joe Biden becoming president in 2020, January 20th. So the rumor on the block right now, I don't want to lose money again. We say protect your diamond hands. And
January, you saying type shit?
January, there may be another big drop, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna fail, and that doesn't mean that it's not going to continue to go back.
If it drops, you buy more. You buy more, and then it averages out your cost. It's called an average out.
Yeah. So my plan, with probably a lot of other people's plans, and I wouldn't suggest buying in at any time right now because my equity when I leave. I'm going to be taking your money and going to the bank with it on Christmas time or around Christmas time, and then hoping that it does drop down again. And I'm going to buy back in heavily, after January 20th, back in the inauguration, kick down.
Interesting. Because I would have thought with Trump and all the, all the stuff surrounding Trump, it might go up when he.
You never know.
It could because it's all based on speculation. That's the great thing, and it depends on how they're feeling about Trump. Like they could drop it so that Trump gets a boost, or they can try to fuck Trump by dropping it, or it could go up because of Trump. Like there's lots of different. Like it's all based on speculation. But we
know the pattern, though, right? We know the pattern that when your boy's in office, you go down. When your boy ain't in office, you go up. You make it harder for him.
Yeah,
right. But this whole type of currency goes against government, so it really has nothing to do with him. It's just based on how the world thinks money is going to be for the next 4 years with him in office.
Yeah, this is all
I think it's good.
This is all
this is decentralized. This is decentralizalized capital. What you call it? Capital, like decentralized.
So what do y'all feel about the tariff, and then the basically trying to eradicate the income tax, along with the tips, with the tariffs.
That.
Well, they wanted to do overtime, right? The first thing was overtime.
Also, there's three things. One of them is overtime also.
Yeah, so I spoke to my dad about this today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see what he said. I need the overtime, but I spoke to my dad this today.
What pops have to say about it?
So my dad was like, "Oh, did you hear Trump? Because he's a big, Trump supporter. Because Smart man. All the, Smart and you brought me one of the only people that say that to my face, but whatever. So he's a big Trump supporter. I'm a big. I like to see both sides before I make my decision, right? And I try to see the evils and the goods and see like where it could lie in between. And I feel like that's a better calculation than most people think about. You know what I mean? So when I was thinking no more overtime tax, that means maybe no more overtime coming in on some job.
They're gonna regulate it because when they made it a law that you had to pay health insurance for a certain amount of hours. What they did for full-time, mandatory full-time, if you full-time, you got to get insurance from the company. They cut everybody and made it to where you was getting full-time hours, but you was basically listed as part-time.
39 and a half hours because they had to be 40 to get fucking, come on, every job right now is hiring for 36
so
hours.
They'll just make it 50. They'll just make it 50 or they won't even go near it. Like in my job, it's very...
Yeah, and 50 is standard. 50 is standard on the weakest end of it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who knows? They could just skip out overtime. They could be like, okay, overtime's not taxed anymore. We're not doing it.
Or the economy
is we're just not putting it in anymore.
Or the economy is stimulated so much that they can afford it because it's moving.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I really can't get rid of our overtime though. Like, it's not like we're sitting around doing nothing. Like, majority of overtime, we're fucking grinding.
But
so
but the
they
need that
person, shit.
That's facts, but the average person know if I put in this extra overtime, they're just going to take out more. So a lot of them don't be enthused to do it because they know it's going to get taxed.
There's a certain thing with us, like if you work just 5 days on the 50-hour job, 50 hours a week job, if you do that, it doesn't make sense for you to work a 6th day because you actually get crushed in taxes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
it really doesn't.
Yeah, I could explain the way that the film business works, but I feel like
not worth it.
You froze.
Oh shit! They froze him out. They're like, you ain't explaining shit to nobody.
Yeah,
you glitched out. Go ahead.
So the way they work is they're all about saving money, all about time and like how much they're gonna spend. They all budget for 12-hour days, and that's 2 hours of overtime, or no, that's 4 hours of overtime every day. So they already have in their schedule that they're going to do 12-hour days, right? So now I feel like if they're a heavy liberal department, like everybody probably in my job voted for Kamala and maybe a small percentage, like the Teamsters and like a couple other people voted for Trump, but like a lot of these people,
there's certain crews that definitely vote for Trump.
Yeah, but that's like a small little niche in our business, right? So I feel like,
Agreed,
they're like,
agreed.
okay, Mr. Trump said no more tax on overtime. Now we're not going to give our guys overtime. We're just going to budget for 10-hour days and maybe go up to 8. So, where is that going to leave me? I'm not going to want to go to work for more than 40 hours.
That would leave you at not being able to afford to have that job.
See, but that'll work. That sounds perfect in an economy that's fucked up. But once it's booming, you can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are so inflated right now.
Especially from going to the meetings, not the meetings, but when I went to, the whatever, the situation in the hall. A lot of those people are liberal, the people in charge, as basically making the rules, but when I hit the field, there's more people that fuck with Trump than buddy, trust me. And the numbers don't lie. When I talk to people, and people really talk to me on another level, they be fronting, there's a whole lot of Trumpers a lot in our field, not just the Teamsters either.
Well, that's because in our field, all the guys that do what we do specifically, they are like Trump supporters. But the thing is in our industry, like you were saying, majority of people are on the left side.
It's a lot of
political game in that industry. So a lot of people got to fake and front and pretend because it is their career. If somebody finds out that you fuck with Trump, they may not use you again, and it's like that.
I mean that's nonsense, though. That's nonsense because the Democrats have been telling. Yeah, they've been telling everybody on the news in person that they handled the situation so wrong. Like, if you were a Trump supporter, they wanted you dead. Like,
how about this, Alex? Your name Alex, right?
Yeah.
How about this? How about this? When they threw the best Democratic candidate, Bernie Sanders, aside for Hillary Clinton, I knew
that was bullshit.
I knew right then and there, I gotta go. I have to go. Now he's an independent.
You know how dirty the game get then.
He's an independent. Right.
Yeah, no, I mean that's where I used to be where I used to stand. Like when I was growing up in school, everybody's like, "Oh, you're a Republican or Democrat," and I was like, maybe I'm like kind of an independent guy. Like, I want weed to be legal. This was back when I was in like elementary school. I was like, I want weed to be legal. I want things to be safer, and I want people to have equality and shit like that. I'm not down for any of that. Like, but I grew up and I found out it's like fantasy world. Like, it's like all about what your checkbook says and how much money you got and this and
capitalism, authoritarian shit. But but they lost me when they lost Bernie. I said, I'll never forget that.
What do you think about this comment? In California, everybody is going to see how the movie business is going to get hit. The Mexicans are the workers, and the deportation is going to start. No cap. Well, the Mexicans are the union workers.
The Mexicans are the illegal workers. We got to call them the illegal workers. They're not the real workers.
Boom for Americans.
It's too late. They found their replacement already.
But if that's true, then that's not a union job. That's not a big job if they have illegal workers working on it. Like my representative would come down. So that's like what we call scabs. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just using them as bodies to move equipment around. It's not like they're doing anything skillful. I'm not discrediting them that they're not smart and they're not skillful workers, but maybe they're just doing it for a paycheck just so that they can support their family. And they just
freelance.
You illegal?
There's no future in it. It's freelance,
I used to be
whether
married
they're illegal or not.
A Venezuelan
but they
girl.
build futures for the kids and stuff, and they put kids.
Hey, but check this though.
Like
they're already been replaced. AI's here now. Tyler Perry just canceled his new studio because he's saying they're it's replacing the man work for the most part. You gotta. I
feel like the upper people got a lot to worry about, and I don't think the lower totem pole as the equipment movers and the equipment setting up, like they need a whole robot just to do.
The internet did this. California is no longer just Hollywood. It's other places now where they're doing iPhones. They got red cameras.
California isn't Hollywood anymore.
Exactly.
It hasn't been for a minute. You know where Hollywood takes place? Atlanta. It takes place Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, a little bit in New Mexico, and in Brooklyn.
Well, guess this. Check this out. 50 about to do the new shit in Louisiana. So that's a new market right there.
Yeah. But
just
here,
Louisiana.
I'll also tell you the fact that of the matter is that they need to go where the tax incentive is. So Hollywood was always where the tax incentive was. So Hollywood
went
is
away.
marked as the big studios. But we just renegotiated a contract of Countrywide, right? What happened was we asked for more money, we got a raise. Now what I'm seeing is not even in other states, but they're going to other countries, and then they're coming back here to get
UK, they
shots of New
started.
York.
They started in the UK with the
Yeah.
London actors.
Well, they've always done that. They always did that in the 90s. They left New York. In the 90s, they left New York. A lot of people were out of work. They were shooting up in Toronto and up in Canada, and they would just come down to New York and get exteriors.
These people are
That's it.
smart, bro. They're all about moving around money and moving to the money and making it.
That's
like,
what happened in the 90s.
doesn't
New
matter.
York films stopped working altogether. People were
You gotta
out of
blame
fucking
them?
work for a minute.
Or do y'all
Yeah, I
blame
mean, me
y'all for
and
not
Mukta
forming
were
a
just
union?
working. Me and Bull were just working on a fucking movie that was coming from the UK. I can't really tell you what it was, but they're straight up in the UK, and they're coming to us to get fucking shots of the
support it.
city.
I don't support it. I don't support Bollywood neither.
Yeah, but you know what? I needed a job, right? I needed a job that week, and I'm gonna say yes because I'm a union member. I'm trying to work, I'm trying to put into my pension. I'm trying to put into my hours. I want to say no, I don't support you.
Do you get a
but
resume
they got
for
me
working
by the
sets?
nuts.
What's that?
What's that?
Do you get if you worked on a set, you add that to your resume?
I mean, you could if you want. You can always say I did a day or two on this job. Yeah, but like I really mark a job as if I did it from start to finish.
So how do you gauge a resume?
If you do a job from start to finish, I feel like
you just explain the name of the production companies worth
they don't give y'all
Disney,
IMDb
ABC,
credits or
NBC.
nothing?
No, you do that yourself. You send in copies of your face stubs and they'll give you credit for it.
Oh my
they
God.
pay a lot of money for those credits, so they're not going to put everybody on. They're just going to put the main guys. So when you look at the movie, that's the main 5 guys because each one of those names is like $10,000 to add to the list.
What you're referring to is the credit roll at the end of the film. What he's talking about is that you can't get your name on IMDb, which is something I intend to do. I literally have a draw here at both.
If somebody walk on the set and said, I worked on this set, how the fuck you know they bullshitting or not?
You kind of don't. I mean, unless they got proof, they show you pictures and they show you.
But the union hall
your
wouldn't
IMDb.
send them. The union hall wouldn't send them unless they were involved with the union one way or another. And then if they are, it's either their first day or they've been on jobs before.
They hate the union.
Yeah, and you can immediately see it.
But it's called the union.
Oh
no, because they pay the same amount out. They pay the same amount out to non-union people, to people that are daily hires and stuff. It's just that they don't have medical insurance. They don't pay union dues, so they get actually more money than we would.
Is that what the war just was? Was it the writers in the union or what?
The writers have their own union,
the writers against the studio,
and they wanted more residuals and they wanted more money, and
the actors backed them, SAG backed them, but they never backed us or the Teamsters. But we backed the Teamsters.
That's why I'm like,
nobody ever backs us. Nobody backs us.
I know it's kind of whack, but like we don't really want to touch too much on how our union works. Yeah. But like,
matter of fact, let's get off that bullshit. But it's crazy. But
I definitely don't think that I know that they're gonna start deporting. If you want to finish up on this topic, I know they're gonna start deporting criminals and terrorists right away because they weren't doing it before. We had a bunch of women and people getting hurt and raped by like immigrants and shit like that. That's a fact. I mean, I hate to talk bad. I used to be married to a Venezuelan girl and she had no papers and I helped her get everything, and it wasn't ever because of the papers, but I seen it from start to finish, right? I seen the fact that she didn't pay taxes. She just had a wad of cash in her stash all the time, like more money than I had in my bank account. And when she found out the day that we had to pay taxes and report what we made, she flipped the fuck out and almost divorced me and went home. She was like, "What? We owe how much money?" And I was like, "We owe $3,000." She goes, "What? We're not getting a refund?" And I was like, "People that got robbed by," I tried to explain to her, people who get robbed by the government while they're working get a refund back because you account the money and you say, no, I paid this much.
Or
you give me back that much money because you overtook it. So the government is stealing from us every single day while we're working. So the reason why we do taxes at the end of the year is to make sure that they're doing the right amount of money and they're not taking too much from us. And the only people that get money back are the ones that are getting robbed. If you make too much money, they're going to take more money from you.
But that's how that the game works. The point is not to have the money, the X amount in the bank account. Liquidate it and play the market. That's
it. The problem is when you go and you get W-2, it automatically gets recorded. If you have to 1099 everything. So you would have to open up a business and, and then run everything and save the money at the end of the year. Like if you owe 20,000,
you can claim 99. You can claim 99 dependents, and you literally just went 1099 on a W-2.
Yeah, but then I'd have to hold 20 grand in my bank account so that I didn't go to jail at the end of the year, or like 25 grand.
Yeah, I fucked that one up.
So
when I was younger.
Yeah, but
sorry to hear that. You feel like she used you?
No, I did not. And even on the record, I don't think she used me, and I don't think she used me for the green card. I think we came from different places and had different expectations, and it was just too much to bear to explain to somebody that was so stubborn that didn't want to listen to my advice. She didn't grow up in American culture and she didn't grow up in American culture. You're right.
So it's hard. It's a different world trying to explain it.
Yeah, we just came from different places, and everything was always a huge fight.
Put that to a myth. The third world, second world people are gonna come here and be so subservient because you're in America. It don't work like that all the time.
No, it literally takes hard work, and
So you was an original passport, bro.
I was an original passport, bro. Yeah, I bet I didn't go overseas to get her. I didn't get her overseas. I was like, I met her at a bar. We fell in love, and through course of time, we got married and whatnot, and I had to explain everything.
Here free, getting money without paying taxes.
But yes, that is exactly what happened. She didn't pay taxes for 5 years while living in this country. She had a stack of fucking cash, and everybody's telling me
paid for everything too.
I mean, yeah, and then she saves her money. I'm the man. I'm taking her out. You know what I mean? Like whatever. It doesn't have to be that way, but that's how it was. So she was stacking her bread, not paying a dime. I'm paying taxes, wondering what the fuck I'm doing wrong here.
This is how we got to credit Trump, though, man, because he's coming at it from a different angle. No politician ever said, hold on, we can afford no tax because the tariffs and other things, the tariff thing's just it. Other things also. Meanwhile, we give this person billions of dollars. We can afford the no income tax, and that'll push our economy. Ain't been the same since the 70s. Oh, how about this? I meant to say this. Go look at the stats. Obama has deported way more than Trump ever had.
Oh, yeah. He started the cages.
Way more.
He started the cages.
Right.
Cages.
Obama's, he had the cages. Everybody was like, oh, Trump's got the cages. No, it was Obama had the cages.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
He didn't close a Guantanamo. And if you ask me, it's an unlisted Guantanamo out there.
Bro, it is crazy.
There's black sites all over the world we are just illegally holding and torturing fucking people.
Do we know why taxes came abroad? Like, do we know why they started giving taxes in the first place? We didn't originally have taxes.
This shit. We didn't originally. This is Britain shit. You're gonna get taxed, bro.
Yeah. So what happened was we wanted to recover from the wars, right? So we started taxing things and bringing them, into the country.
Not always, though.
Not always.
In like the 50s or the 60s, it changed to the tax thing. But what Trump is talking about was originally implemented. That system was implemented at first. Then they switched it to this. So it's possible.
Yeah, and you remember what happened last time they tried to fucking raise the taxes and sell it? They had the Boston Tea Party. They fucking killed everybody and threw their shit in the harbor, and they said, fuck these taxes. But now we just sit here and take it up the ass and just fucking, excuse my language, I'm sorry, but like, we just sit here and accept it. We just say, okay, let's go a little bit more. It's good for the country.
Well, at least I can call now.
And that was a tax of $2.30 over a breakfast drink, and they went that far.
Yeah, and then there'll be people out there that will be like, "You're a fucking racist. You support the Boston Tea Party. You're a Tea Partyist." You know, I mean, it's been said to me before. But
we're not going to hear much of that anymore. We're not going to hear much of that anymore. We're not going to hear much of that shit anymore. That shit is over. People can speak their mind again.
I know, but I'm saying, like, they would be like, "Oh, you support the Boston Tea Party? You're a Tea Partyist. Oh, you're just like the rest of them."
The Tea Party is really who run the country right now. They never went anywhere. They the ones who decide to raise the ceiling debt or not. Because when Obama was in office and they didn't want to pass Obamacare, the Tea Party is the ones who say they sat out until they came in agreement. Then they raise, because if they don't raise it, the federal workers, the federal government, everybody's out of business. No more money's being funneled in. They the secret party.
No more money.
They're part of the deep state, and they really run it. I mean, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Liberal is okay, but the Tea Party is who really run it, because without them, no motion.
Man. I mean, all I know is we need to lower the taxes and get back
eradicate it.
We need to get rid of it or lower it to a point where it just helps pay for our roads. Like, we found out when they said defund the police that it wasn't.
That was so stupid. That was
Dude, they didn't give us a fucking refund. They didn't give me a tax refund, did they? So obviously my tax dollars don't pay for the fucking police. Like, everybody goes around, I pay your dollar, I pay your salary, I pay your salary. Well, no, obviously
your taxes don't go to roads and paying police and all that shit.
Oh no! Did you ever drive down fucking New York? I mean, geez.
Your taxes, your tax money every year that gets collected, it goes to covering the fucking states and the federal debt that they have, like, immediate, and that's it. That's it.
Listen,
you're paying the interest. You're literally paying the interest.
They don't have a person in their division of district arguing the politics, because that money can get funneled down there if you have the right representative.
The ones in rich cities. I said there's some cities that got beautiful paved roads now. That's the people that's got the money and they doing what they got to do. Right. Representation, all that type of stuff. But you know, if you don't got the money and you're not in them and handling business,
you in the red line area, they not gonna come and fix them roads. You ain't really pushing no political money. But over there in Manhattan, you ain't seeing them 3-foot potholes down there.
I have beautiful roads that get plowed when it snows. I have leaves get picked up like a week after we fucking get them done. Like, I got politicians in my neighborhood, but my shit is fucking tight right now.
and also, you're white. But anyway, let me get to the other topic.
Actually, do you know most of my neighborhood is actually black and brown now?
Really? Do you know I have black friends?
Video? Did y'all see that Mek Mill?
I have a black friend.
Stupid ass.
Meat.
Did y'all see the video of Mek Mill hanging out?
Oh, saying, hey, no Diddy.
He finally
said, I mean, I guess when you get smashed out by that dude, you gotta kind of talk shit about him later, but like,
now I think about it, he's a career.
If you're really saying no Diddy now, then you was hanging with him tough back in the day. You was a sucker for that, because you was hanging with him super tough with his arms around him and everything else, hugging and kissing every time you turned around, wearing the same shirts. You saying no Diddy now? What you was doing back then? You was watching it.
He had you money
Diddy,
and the fact that he's
Diddy no back Diddy, then.
He's saying Diddy was a diddler. That's basically what he's saying. But go
the
ahead,
diddler. Oh my God.
He had that man bunny hopping, but most importantly, I think Meek might be a L career wise right now. I mean, you got that. Hold on, wait a minute. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, no, I'm not personally. I don't like Mek Mill. I don't know.
And nightmares. I give you all that, but that intro, the intro, the hardest acclamation than the whole fucking album. They don't care about the album. They care about the intro. For one, for two, I know personally when he fell out with AR, he lost a lot of respect with me. You know, but he falls out with every fucking body.
He lost a lot of respect for me saying no Diddy. That means, and then a lot of people that was with him close to Diddy back in the day, y'all are enablers, y'all are real fuck boys. You feel me? Because you knew what was going on. You were still with it because why? Because he Diddy, he was lit. You's a sucker. Now you saying no Diddy. You're a fucking weirdo. Why do you think
don't
he's saying that now, B-Rad? Why do you think he's saying that now?
Because it's trendy and it's popular, because that's a sinking ship that he needs to get away from.
Nah, see, but that's what Bush saying. He don't respect the dude who jump shit when it's sinking.
I don't respect that either. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Ride with
That's
the shit,
100%
bro.
right.
He put the stamp on Diddy, saying Diddy is when he say no Diddy, that's putting the stamp on all these rumors and all the bullshit. You feel me? That's how I feel.
He let him call him daddy.
Yeah, some weird shit. I mean, that's
here,
like
bro.
something that you do when you're like not
Nah,
when you're
but
guilty and you're
Baby did
trying
that
to
shit to
not be
Wayne.
guilty. You know, like
Baby did that shit to Wayne.
I don't do it. Like fuck that guy. Yeah, that guy's a loser. But you really best friends with him. You banging him too. You know.
He calls
That's very insulting to Diddy, and the Suns already said anybody I catch saying no Diddy, they're gonna pull up on him.
Hey, let's talk
Diddy
about it.
Hold
on now.
Let's go. Let's go.
So is Ray J a snitch? Officially.
I don't know.
Mr.
He got shot at, right?
He just told the world somebody tried to shoot at him. Mr.
He
Pyru.
did. He didn't say no name.
You can't do that. Mr.
Cameron
Pyru.
You can do it if you don't give a name. If you don't give a name in the description, you can do it.
Cam was never in the game.
Yeah, nah, he's just a hustler.
And the police is around. They made a police report. You say I got shot at. If you don't say no names, I think if you don't say I ain't seen nobody, I just got shot at. You know what I mean?
I'll take that from anybody, but he blood every 2 seconds, so I can't take that from him.
Yo, anybody see what Orlando Brown said about Diddy? He was like, "Yo, he gave me the Oshkosh Bagashim."
Yeah, he said some crazy
damn. I was like, bro,
he
you
was
were a
wilding
fucking freaky, nasty.
And then he was talking about how he was smashing people.
He was like telling them how delicious he was, and he could come over again, and really.
I'm off this whole wave of entertaining dudes who's saying zesty shit to get some type of clout. So people watch people who are saying Paul shit like, oh, he's crazy. No, that was Paul's.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to dudes who say
you
shit
think
about
that
another
was
man.
just to get fan base, like
No, I know it is. But what I notice is that when you make a sexual reference towards another man, they don't shun you, but people actually follow you.
Yeah, because now they're afraid of cancel culture and whatnot, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we embrace this shit, you know?
They're embracing. They're not saying nothing against the cancel culture. They're saying something for it. Like when Saucy Santana said, I'll knock you out and play with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird.
They're saying shit like this.
Which brings me to what I was going to say. I was going to say, in the black community, if you say something crazy like that, you look wild and it looks really bad. But in our community, we can make those jokes, and that's just funny to us because we're not worried about it. We're not worried about that shit. Like, I know what I am. Like, you guys are all.
But I know some white men.
We get made fun of every day. We're used to it. Like, call me gay. I'm not.
Listen,
I can care less.
There's plenty of white men who don't play those games neither. You're not gonna sexually reference his ass, bro.
No, I definitely wouldn't say that publicly. I would not tell anybody that publicly. With my boys, one thing, but like
with your boys making jokes.
Yeah, everybody knows you're kidding.
But they be trying to put out this shit like all white guys. Like we all have inner games, but they be trying to like cross the board. Everybody plays that game, and it's like not. Some people take it to the next. Some of these dudes down here, bro, they going your shit, bro. They toss hay 24/7. You don't want that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, dude. There's definitely people, and even in the community where it is funny to say, and people are just joke about it because it's more lighthearted. It's not so rah rah. But like, there's still people that don't fucking play that. Like
you might as well just say bitch.
Say that.
You might as well just call me.
You don't say that shit. You don't say that shit to people you don't know.
Yeah,
that's some shit you joke around with your boys, and that's it. Like I've said some wild shit, but it was funny. But like, I wouldn't say that shit in public, and I wouldn't say it to somebody I don't know.
Orlando. So did you let Diddy do that?
Yeah, so exactly. So you let him put it in your butt, or what?
Yeah, but he's open. But he's openly gay.
Yeah, that's what I be saying. They be trying to insult people, but they're
but he's been openly gay. He's been talking about who do what to who and all this other third for a minute.
You got Mek Mill, who we was calling him gay left and right. Everybody was because of the way his relationship was with Diddy. When you wearing the same shirt as the guy, come on now. You wearing the same
Bro, they
shirt.
were like twins. It was like,
They were like twins.
Arnold
They loved each
Schwarzenegger
other.
and Danny DeVito.
Oh, what about what Diddy do with Justin Bieber?
The Jay-Z loop, Rock Nation, Diddy, that whole loop. You feel me? And now you want to turn around and say no, Diddy? Make your career been done. You done.
You know what it
me?
is? He's the worst because he's scared to go against the social
And be
standard
real.
now, bro. That's your homeboy. You can't say no Diddy because yo is your homeboy.
Yeah, you
Stop
can't-
trying to be.
Yeah.
He's scared to be left out.
Your
He
homie.
want to be the one
Exactly.
saying no Diddy. It's like, bro,
You put a stamp on it. Is that putting a stamp on it? Like Diddy, okay, Diddy's certified with them people. He said no Diddy. You hung with him every day. Y'all was kissing, wearing the same shirts at all the parties. You all rapping about him. Diddy. Now all of a sudden
He's just reverse dick riding now. That's all it is.
I mean, he's probably like the best person to be a cellmate with, Like he's like, bring it on. I love this shit. Like, give it to me. You ain't punishing me.
Honestly, I don't know. It'd be a little, I don't know. But anyway, shit. That's all. PSI on that. Mek Mill, Playboy. You looking real faulty. You looking like a traitor, a backstabber, a lame. You
Let me
are
tell you
Diddy.
something.
You say no
You're
Mek Million. No million.
He's
be
bad
honest-
boy for life, but he just trying to get away from it right now.
Meek been done lost his touch with the streets of Philly and the music industry. It's over with, bro. We're seeing the falling star now, and people they don't want to. You gotta understand, he was out when Wale was out, bro. This is a long time ago. He been out for a long time.
Yeah, I remember Mek Mill when I was in like high school or like college.
Okay,
or
come on
like
now,
summer.
man. Come on now. So it's like I stopped liking him when he got on and started talking about dudes being broke. And I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Stop. That's why I don't like Amigos. Because I seen y'all grow up, as soon as y'all got a little money, it's broke, this broke. It's like, bro, y'all just was that 5 years ago. Stop.
Clowning broke out clowning your homeboys that you ain't hooking up because they said Meek don't be sharing with his homies.
Bro, he got a long 20-year list of doing that shit, bro. Come on now, man. Pound Size Pop, AR Ab. Look at Oskino. No, not his name Oskino. No, what's his name?
Who did he put on though? Meek ain't put on nobody. You feel me? Nobody.
Okay, everybody. No, I gotta give him this. Everybody he put on got killed. Now, Lil Snoop got killed.
Snoop, yeah,
where were all those people when he was going to jail every week?
He put on Roddy Ricch. He put the world on Roddy Ricch. I give him that. Damn, who
I heard he
got
killed on Lil Snoop and he cashed out.
Yeah, they got some legendary footage. Him and Snoop. They got some legendary. Him and him T.I. Meek Mill's T.I. Snoop was his artist, so he was battling Deshaun Jackson, football player artist. Bro, it was nasty. It's on YouTube. It's nasty, man.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm done. I ain't never liked Meek when he was yelling and screaming so much. People liked it, but as soon as he stopped screaming and he did that one song, the "Shine Like This, Rhyme Like This," that's when he made a classic.
I mean, that's the Instagram. That's it.
Yeah. Then he said, "Hold on, wait a minute." I said, "Damn, he back to that screaming shit." But I fuck with that song lightweight, But I don't fuck with his character at all. Shot. That's all I got to say on that. Anything else, guys? I'm about to get up out of here. Shit, that was a great.
Nah, man,
I heard Trump was talking about releasing the Epstein list and the Diddy list.
Mm-hmm. Never gonna happen. That would be great.
Would be fucking devastational to the whole.
No, he said it.
Game.
He said it.
Change the game.
Yeah, because you know what? Y'all tried to lynch me.
I mean, if he does it, I'm with it. I'm 1,000% with it.
Yo, it's like, they try to kill me 3 times. I'm gonna put them down.
You look like Nino Brown a little bit.
That'd be great. That would be fucking great.
Y'all hop in the comment section, man. Hit the like button, man. We about out of here.
Facts.
Definitely. Anyway, shout out James Hudson. Shout out to everybody.
You got a lot of
good night.
Good seeing you, boys.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.